Hey everyone, I'm Ed here with Down to Trade. I actually wanted to make a video today about a really cool setup that I've been teaching in our Down to Trade room. Now, unfortunately, my camera is not working today, so you just kind of got to bear with me. We're just going to be looking at my screen. But that said, for those of you who don't know, we do sell 0 DTE credit spreads on the SPX, and we specialize in high probability, low risk trades. And we had a great first quarter of the year so far, and we're still going very strong. But I wanted to jump right into the setup that we have in ThinkorSwim that I've been kind of teaching in ThinkorSwim. Now I'm going to show you a couple ways you can set up your entry as well as your stop loss and your take profit all as one order. But I'm going to walk you through how to set it up so that you can customize your own order template, and that way you can send it all at the same time, and so you can get it into your trade really quickly and be protected right away. So we're going to set up an OCO bracket, and then I'm going to show you how to set that order up as, again, a custom order. That way you can get into a trade really, really quickly. So here goes. Okay, so we're here in a paper trading account. I'm going to go ahead and click on today's 0 DTE. Obviously, for the sake of this example, I'm just going to get into a 30 wide spread, or I'm going to set up a 30 wide spread. That's typically what we look for in our trades. But you can actually apply this to any spread width that you want. I'll go ahead and show you how to set up a 30 wide, and then you can have other ones at 25, 20 wide, 15 wide, 10, however you want to set them up for these 0 DT SPX trades. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just arbitrarily pick a trade. I'll look at the 41.25 by 41.95. That's a 30 wide spread. Now, in order I can come up here and click on vertical if I want, but I personally don't enter trades like that. I'll left click on the bid at 41.25. Then I will hold down Control and left click on 40.95, and it enters both of them here. Again, I just did that by left clicking my short leg and then holding down Control and right and left clicking the ask of my long leg. And here's our 30 wide spread right here. Now, what we'll do is we'll change this to whatever contract size you need to go with. And right now, our net credit is looking around like it's going to be around 95 cents. But what we're going to do is we're going to set up an OCO bracket for this order as well. And I'm going to show you a couple cool things that you can do with the OCO bracket that you might not know about. So first, we need to change the advanced order to first triggers OCO. So make sure your advanced order is displayed as first triggers OCO. Now, once that happens, what we're going to do is we're going to right click on our order and create opposite order. And then we're going to right click on our new order and create duplicate order. So now we have an entry order. And once this one is triggered, it will activate these two. In other words, we're going to send all three of these orders at the same time. Now, the only one that will be working is this top one. But once that credit spread is filled, and once we are in our credit spread, once we're in our position, these two will now be working as an OCO. In other words, if one of them is triggered, the other one will be canceled. And that's really nice when we're talking about a take profit, and we're also talking about a stop loss, because if my take profit gets triggered, I want my stop loss to be deleted, to be canceled. It'll go away. And that's what the OCO bracket actually does. But we're going to do a couple pretty cool things here. Next, after we're done setting up this type of order, I'm going to show you my preferred method for this, because I actually don't send an OCO bracket personally. I don't in the down to trade room, we don't actually send it as an entire vertical spread on the stop. We set up our take profit on the entire vertical spread, but on our stop loss, we only send it as a single leg order on the short leg. So we only set our stop loss on our short leg only. So, but we'll get into that next. For right now, we're going to set up the OCO bracket on the entire spread. So first, what we'll do is we're going to change our link to trigger, and we'll change this to %. And you'll see what we're going to do here. So I'm going to enter negative 80% for my take profit. So this is my take profit. And let's say we get triggered into our position. Okay, let's say we get triggered into our position at $1. This is a perfect example. If we get triggered into our position at $1, once premium goes down by 80%, in other words, once premium touches down on 20 cents, which is down 80% from the original $1, once that happens, it will trigger my take profit and I'll get out of the trade. At that same time, my stop loss will also be canceled and you'll be done with the trade. Okay, so that's how we set up our take profit. Again, and you can set this up however, if you want to get out at 50%, get out at 50%. If you want to get out at 80%, me personally, I just want to initially set it up at 80% or minus 80% of my initial entry. And then after I'm in the position, I will go in and adjust that as necessary. But for the purposes of building this template, I wanted to set it up at 80%. When it comes to my stop loss, obviously, let's make sure that we choose stop market order. And we're going to do the same type of link. We're going to do trigger, and we're going to trigger based on percent of the original or of the entry. Now, for this one, I just set it at 250%. And what happens here is if premium increases by 250%, in other words, let's say premium gets up to $2.50, I will be triggered out of my stop for a loss, and my take profit will be canceled at that point. And that's pretty much the setup. Now, again, once I'm in the position, I will go to my monitor tab, and we'll go over this. I'll go into my monitor tab, and I might adjust my take profit and my stop loss. But the good news is you go into the position having some kind of protection at all times. So that's the best part about it. Because yeah, you could get in your entry alone, and then you could enter an OCO bracket later. But I like setting it up like this, and with these defaults already in place and in our template that we're going to build, it's actually really convenient because the protection is automatically there, and then we could just go in and adjust it. Okay, so now to set this up as a template, let's go ahead and click on this icon down here. That's the save custom order template. And I call it whatever I want. I'm just going to call this 30 for, oh, whoops, 30 for, meaning 30 wide. Entry / OCO. And I'm going to put in their entire spread. And I'm going to click save. So let's go ahead and delete this order, and we'll do this. And now we're going to do this again, but now we're going to use that order template. Now I'll pick a different one. I think the last one was 41.25. I'll choose the 41.20. No, that's too low. 41.30. Again, I would not normally get into a spread this close to at the money, but just for the purposes of this tutorial, I'll go ahead and do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the bid. I'm going to hover over sell custom, and I'm going to choose the template that we just built, 30 entry OCO entire spread. I click on that, and boom, there's our order. Okay, I'll do that one more time. This time we'll do the 41.25. Again, I'm going to right click, hover over sell custom, entry OCO, and there's our order template. Everything's ready to go. I can click confirm and send right now if I wanted to. Again, making sure to have the right contract size here. And I'm happy with the net credit. This thing is ready to go. What's also nice is you can use that same template over here on the call side. If I wanted to get into a bear call spread, I just right click on my bid, hover over sell custom, 30 entry OCO entire spread. And there it is. Our short leg is 41.50 right here, and our long leg is 41.80 right here. Our net credit right now is 80 cents, and these two are linked to our original entry. So let's go ahead and confirm and send this order. I don't even know if I'm going to get filled, but let's give it a shot. I want to show you this real quick. If you look here, we have only one working order. Only that top order is working. This is our entry order. That's the only one working. And the other two are waiting for the trigger. What trigger? They're waiting for this first order to be filled. Once it's filled, these two will change to working. And you can see they're linked, meaning they are an OCO bracket. And they're linked to this very first one. Okay. So let's see if we get filled. I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm going to go ahead and replace this. I'll try for 75 cents. Just again, not that I normally do this, but okay, looks like we were filled. Okay. So you see what happened is you got to give it a couple seconds. And these turn into a working order. They are linked, like we said before. And this OCO bracket is now working. Obviously, we were filled at what price? We were filled at 85 cents. Okay. A net credit of 85 cents. So now if I wanted to, and again, look, at 85 cents, 250% of 85 cents is $2.95. Obviously, 20% of 85 cents is 15 cents. So it automatically calculates based on our initial template setup. It sets these up. Now, let's say after entering this into my my journal or my trade log, I decide I actually want to get out to $2.50. Well, that's really simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this top order and I'm going to choose cancel replace order. Right now, again, it's set at $2.95. And again, that $2.95 is based on what we were actually filled on our entry. But I'm going to change that to, again, arbitrarily $2.50, or let's say $2.40. Confirm and send. And there it is. Now we have a take profit. I'm sorry, we have a stop loss here at $2.40 instead of $2.95. And I can do the same thing for my take profit. Obviously, this is too far out. 85. We got in at 85 cents. If I got out at 15 cents, I would be well beyond my daily goal for the day. And getting filled at 15 cents is pretty difficult. That would take a very long time. So let's say I wanted to change that to 25 cents. Again, right click, cancel, replace. And let's go to 25 cents, confirm, send. And there it is. Now we're all set. So let's go ahead and, all right, so while this is working, let's go ahead and set up our I'm going to show you now my preferred setup for an entry, or actually, rather for the management of my trade. So as most of you know, when I enter into a trade, I will I typically will be looking for a 30 wide spread, especially earlier in the morning. I'll be looking for a 30 wide spread. Obviously, it's later in the afternoon, so this is a little bit different. But looking at a 30 wide spread, my OCO would be set up with a take profit out of the entire vertical spread. In other words, I'm going to exit the entire spread on my take profit, but for my stop loss, I'm only going to exit the short leg only, and that's just in case something very specific happens. Let me go over real quick. For those who don't know, I'm going to share my screen real quick to kind of give you a visual of what I'd be waiting for. Okay, so obviously today we got into a bull put spread and we got out for our full our full profit target that we were shooting for. But imagine we got into this bull put spread. Okay, imagine we got into this bull put spread right here and it completely went against us really fast. If that bull put spread goes against us fast, well, what will happen is I will get triggered out of my take profit I'll get triggered out of my stop loss at some point, and I will still be in my long put at that point. And oftentimes, if this really does go against you fast and hard, you can actually gain a lot of money. Some of my best trades over the last couple of years have been, in fact, my best days by far have been when I've been completely wrong about direction and it goes against me and I get stopped out of my short leg, and then my long leg just runs and makes a lot of money. I've been up almost 10% in one day because my long leg went up to about $10. All right, no, I'm sorry, that day when it got out to about $7. So just imagine what that looks like when it comes to the premium that you can possibly gain. So that's why, just in case at some point, if the trade decides to really go against you, you can get out of your short leg only and hopefully make some good profit on your long leg. Now, obviously, if price heads down to your stop really slow, I'm going to change that order over to the entire spread. In other words, I'm going to set my stop loss to the entire spread, because of the chances. Because what's going to happen is I'm eventually just going to get stopped out of my long leg, and then the chances of me making any premium on that. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I'm going to get stopped out on my short leg, and then the chances of me making any premium on this slow moving price action is very small. In fact, it's almost zero. So, but once in a while, like I said, some kind of news can happen in the market and you could take advantage of it, and you can get a very large, substantial profit out of the day just by being dead wrong on direction. So that's why I personally set it up at a stop loss. And as the day progresses, if I feel the need to, I'll change it over to to where the stop is set up on the entire vertical spread, not just the short leg. So let's go ahead and get back to ThinkorSwim. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up the exact same trade, but we're gonna change the stop loss just a little bit. So again, let's go ahead and practice setting up our order. I'm going to choose the 4120 by the 4190. So again, left clicking on 4120 bid and left clicking on the ask at 4090, but holding down control at the same time. Here's our entry. Set up whatever number of contracts is right for you. We're going to change advanced order to first triggers OCO. We're going to right click, create opposite order. So this will be our take profit. But now we have to enter the short leg of our spread only. So our short leg is obviously going to be the 4120, but we're going to click on the ask. So up here we go to 4120, we click on the ask, because again, we want to be buying to close on our short leg. So click on the ask at the 4120. Don't hold down control or anything. Just click right here. And this single order will be our stop loss. So I'll go ahead and change that to stop right now. And that's a stop market order. And we can do the exact same setup that we had before. We're going to choose trigger, change that to percent. And again, I'll choose -80. And for a stop loss, I'll do 250. Oh, whoops, sorry. I need to change that to trigger percent, sorry. Plus 250. And there it is. There's our actual setup. Again, this first entry order is our initial credit spread. And these two will be waiting until this first one is triggered. But once it's triggered, this will be sent as an OCO bracket. And then our take profit is the entire vertical spread once we capture 80% of that initial premium. That's initial premium, from our net credit initial premium. So, and then our stop loss will be a single order on the short leg only, and that will occur when we have 250% of our initial net credit. Now, again, same thing. Once the order is filled, I will go ahead and adjust the take profit and the stop loss. But let's go ahead and create our template for this one. I'm going to call the same thing, except this time I'm going to say stop loss, short leg, just to kind of tell me that, hey, this is a different one. Okay, there it is. So click save. And let's go ahead and use that template again. I can do it here on the call side. If I right click on whatever spread I'm looking to use, I'll do 30 entry OCO short leg only. And here it is. I'm ready to send this if I'm okay with this oh, you know what? I apologize. We didn't change the contract size. So bear with me. I'm going to do that now. And now I actually am going to rename it or save it again. It's asking me if I want to replace it. And I'm going to say yes. Okay. So let me go and delete that. Let's try to find I mean, I wouldn't get into any of these spreads right now, but just remember how to do it. It's not difficult at all. There it is. That's the correct contract size for all of it. Now, obviously, if you change the contract size on one, you got to change it. Whoops. You got to change it on all of them. That's why it's a good idea to have this set up to where you will if as your account size grows, your contract size also grows with it, then once you change it, come back in and resave your template. And that way next time it will, I'll go ahead and do that right now. Only save. It's asking me if I want to replace. Yes. And here it is. But see how quickly I get into these positions? Right click, sell custom, OCO short leg only. There it is. And now I can just confirm, send. Okay, obviously this is our old OCO bracket for this, but here's our new order. And again, same type of thing. If sometimes you get into a different spread width, let's say you get into a 25 wide spread, or sometimes you get into a 20 or 15, what have you. Well, what you can do is you can actually set up different templates. So let's go ahead and build a 20 wide. So again, I'm going to left click on 4120 and I'm going to hold down control and left click on 4100. So this is now a 20 wide spread, and we'll go ahead and build our template based on this. Again, you get really good at it, but once you have them all set up, you never really need to set up another one again because you're going to be using your templates. Anyways, right click, create opposite order. And now we're going to choose 4120, just left click on the bid. There it is. We're going to set our stop market order on our stop loss. We're going to change the trigger. Our take profit is going to be -80. And our stop loss is going to be, again, a default of 250%. Our contracts are correct on this 20 wide spread. So now if you really wanted to, you can save this as the same thing and change this to 20. Now you know that's your 20 wide spread. And there it is. So now if I'm looking at let's say the 4125, but I only want a 20 wide spread, I would right click, hover over sell custom, hover over sell custom and choose 20. And there it is. And now I can just, if I'm happy with this price, I can just confirm, send. And it looks like I was already filled. Yep, I was already filled on that one. And so now we have another OCO bracket that's already working. That's essentially it. I really can't think of any other. Oh, and obviously I would come in. So this is my take profit. That take profit, I would certainly change that probably, let's say 20 cents. and my stop loss, I might be happy with that at $2.10, so I'd keep it. So again, it's a really good system, and once you have it set up, it makes it really, really, really easy to trade this at any point. And again, it's just a really simple custom. Boom, you're set. If you like the price, enter. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Obviously, if you like this content, please just let me know in the comment section. Also, let me know what other 0DT content you want to see. If you'd like to find out more about the Down to Trade Room and find out how we've managed to have double-digit returns every quarter with very minimal drawdown, go ahead and visit us at downtotrade.com. There you can find out how to get a free copy of our 0DTE SPX strategy guidebook. And right now, we're also offering a very substantial discount on our membership that you can actually try out for 1 week absolutely free. So anyways, take a look at that. Again, that's downtotrade.com. Obviously, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up in the comment section below. Other than that, that's it for me. Take care, everybody. Happy trading.